Hi, I'm Phyllis, southernfrugal.com. Today we're going to fix a whole meal pasta dish. This is what I'm using. I'm using the multicolored, and this is a 12-ounce box. Now I'm going to use about 3/4 of this box. I've already got my pot boiling with water. You see all the steam. So what I'm going to do is add just a half a teaspoon of salt to this. And I'm going to dump in 3/4 of this box. Alright, so that's about 3/4 of the box. I don't know if y'all can see in there or not. About 3/4 of the box, and the box is 12 ounces. Now, to this, let me just stir that around a minute so they don't stick together. Now to this, I'm going to add 2 cups of chopped peppers. Now these are red peppers and yellow peppers, and of course they're sweeter than green peppers, so that's why I'm using those. I'm going to add that right to the pasta as it's cooking. So that's 2 cups of chopped multicolored peppers. And I'm going to add 1 quart of kale. This is fresh kale, and I've broken it into small pieces about that size. I'm going to dump that right on top of all of that. Let that get down in the water. So we're going to cook this for 10 minutes, and that's it. And that will mean that the pasta is more than done, and we have cooked the bell peppers slightly, and the kale will be almost done. Alright, so earlier I got boiled eggs, and I've already peeled them, and I used 6 of these. So I'm going to mash these now, because we're going to put all this together in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and mash up my eggs. Now I'm using my potato masher just because it makes life a lot easier. And so these are hard-boiled eggs. And I actually bring them to a full rolling boil, and I put a knife, hold on, I'll show you. Once they start to boil, or even before, I put the heavy end of a knife in there. I don't know why my mother always did that, but it prevents the eggs from cracking. And so I'll bring them to a full rolling boil, cut the burner off, leave the lid on, and just leave them sitting there. And I do peel them before they get, whoops, we're going to boil over here. I do peel them before they get completely cold. That way it just makes peeling them a lot easier. I hope that's not going to try and boil over. I've turned my burner down. I want it to still be boiling. Let me lift that up a minute and set it right there just a second. Let that burner cool down a little bit. So we're going to boil that pasta, the fresh kale, and the multicolored peppers for just 10 minutes. And I've already got my timer set. There, now we'll do better now. I had to take that off the burner because it was about to boil over. Alright, we're going to just continue to let that boil. Get my eggs. I'm going to mash my eggs up really fine. And it works really well when you've got a potato masher that's like that with all the different little sections in it. Alright, so we've got our eggs mashed up, and we've got our pasta, peppers, and fresh kale just barely boiling. And once this gets done and the pasta's done, we'll be back, and I'm going to drain this, and then we're going to add a bunch more stuff to it. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, we are back, and I let the pasta cook for about 10 minutes along with the kale and the multicolored peppers. And we went ahead and drained it and let it cool about 10 minutes. And now we're ready to put everything together. And the pasta mixture is not completely cool, okay? And that's by design. All right, so now we're ready to mix the rest of the ingredients in. All right, so I'm going to add 1 cup of chopped tomatoes. Just going to put that in. Now they're cold, so that'll help cool a little bit. And then we're going to dump our 6 eggs in. Just going to mix that up a little bit. Alright, got that all mixed in. Alright, now we're going to add vinegar. Now remember, we only added a half a teaspoon of salt when we were cooking this. So now we're going to add some vinegar. This is apple cider vinegar. Just sprinkle it in. That's about 3 tablespoons. And now the last ingredient we're going to add is going to be some mayonnaise. And you could certainly use whatever kind of mayonnaise you like. We're going to use Duke's. Now that's about 6, maybe more, tablespoons of mayonnaise. And we're going to see if we're going to need any more. So we're going to mix that up. Because you definitely want it moist. Yeah, we made this a week or so ago. I was working on the stuff to do with the RV, and I didn't want to cook the kale separate, so I thought, well, hey, I'm just going to dump it right in with the pasta to save time, and it worked out really, really well. All right, that looks about right to me. Now, because it's still warm, it really helps all those flavors mingle. And by the way, this is great about the 3rd day after it's been in the refrigerator. We, of course, ate it in 3 days, but it definitely gets better when it sits in the refrigerator for a while. All right, so we're ready to dump this in the bowl. We'll be right back. All right, here's the pasta once it's dumped out in the dish. And we'll be having this for lunch probably in a couple of hours. It'll be definitely cool. Makes a really pretty dish, and it's very, very good. Now I'm going to leave the ingredients I used right down below the video, and I will write on there 2 to 3 tablespoons of vinegar and 6 tablespoons of mayo. And you know, you can adjust that however you want to, but it's really, really good, and it is even better the next day and the day after that. So this is probably enough for 6 servings, and for me and Mr. Bucky, that will be 3 meals. And when I serve this, I'm probably going to make some of those green beans that you get in the produce section at Walmart. You just cook them for about 7 minutes and they remain kind of crispy. And also some of the little cucumbers would be really good. And I'll serve those alongside this dish. All right, y'all, we will see y'all next time. I hope you'll try this. It is really, really good. And also, it's low sodium because we only used half a teaspoon when cooking the pasta. And you really don't need any further salt because of the vinegar. All right, y'all, we will see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.